What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, Mark Stock Review. Hope your trading week is off to a good start. This video is going to be on artificial intelligence technology solutions. I'm going to go over a very brief summary of the company. I'm going to talk about some of the important updates, especially the orders on the Wally HSO, because I believe that's going to be really important moving forward. I'm going to go over some catalysts to keep an eye out for, and finally some risks. I'll keep the video informative, brief, and to the point to respect your time. So that said, if you guys find it helpful, a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already would be greatly appreciated. That said, let's get right into it. AITX Solutions provides and maintains AI-based automation solutions for workflow, and they do it to improve operations, limit human capital requirements, and for companies to save money. And as of now, their niche is really security services and healthcare screening. And currently they have two subsidiaries, Robotic Assistance Devices and RADM, which is their mobile unit. I'm going to go over a couple of their products very briefly just so you can get a sense of the company. The Scout on Duty monitors locations 24/7 at a fraction of the cost of manned security personnel. It's got a 360-degree field of vision. It monitors both human and vehicle activity in any environment, and it uses AI for detection and appropriate action. They also have the Romeo, which is basically adding a mobility component to their stationary technology. They're going to start by marketing the Romeo in the $25 billion security industry, and one of the more recognizable components is that it has its own drone. Okay, now on to some updates. They have new channel partners, 2 new authorized dealers, and 4 new independent sales consultants. And the main takeaway here is that it's going to increase exposure to both potential customers and investors, not guaranteed, but hopefully leading to more adoption and investments. And recently there's been 11 new orders, including 1 recent Ava order and a repeat order for their Rosas. And most importantly, they're in final negotiations with a Fortune 100 company that already purchased 2 for 9 additional WHSOs, which is their Wally with health screening option, which I'll talk about momentarily. But first, I want to quickly explain why I believe this order is so important to close, whether or not it's CVS, as many are speculating. Number 1, considering the size and the development stage of AITX, it's going to be a huge order and a major boost to the Q1 revenues. And number 2, it's a subscription recurring revenue model, so that's going to help with cash flow stability, and investors like that because it's easier to predict financials. And from my point of view, healthcare is the best opportunity for growth for AITX in the era of new normals. And that's why I'm going to give you a personal example and show you the Wally before I get into the catalysts. So the Wally HSO is an all-in-one solution to assist with conducting healthcare screenings, checking for face coverings, and routine surveillance. And some of the features include facial analytics, interactive screening assessments, and temperature sensors. I listed some of the benefits here. I'm not going to read them all to you, but it basically safeguards employees and visitors as part of the reopening process post-COVID. And I can tell you from personal experience, the place where I work uses a device similar to the Wally. I'm showing you a picture here of the device we use. It's part of the new normal, and I can tell you now it's definitely not working well. It's got tons of errors, it holds people up, and it often can't even tell if someone's wearing a mask or not. And so from my personal point of view, there's a huge opportunities for companies like AITX to bring in a better product like the Wally. Okay, so moving on to the catalyst. Catalyst number 1 is confirmation of the 9 WHSO orders. This catalyst definitely needs to occur because from my point of view, it's already partially baked into the share price. However, confirmation should send it higher. Catalyst number 2 is going to be repeat orders for the WHSOs. From my point of view, it's their product with the most potential and the greatest total addressable market. Catalyst number 3 is going to be the February 28th end fiscal year results. Per their CEO, they are attempting to sell as many units before the fiscal end, and he expects it to be really good and wants it out ASAP. Per SEC requirements, the report needs to be in by 60 days, which puts it about at the end of April. However, I wouldn't be surprised if it's out much sooner. And finally, a few other catalysts to keep an eye out for. Number 1, staff hires. Per the CEO, he does plan to add significant staffing in 2021. Number 2, uplisting to a senior stock exchange like the NASDAQ once the requirements are met. Number 3, general press releases, as their CEO is highly involved in social media and is very transparent. And number 4, the potential of a new wholly owned subsidiary later this year. And to be fair, I did want to lay out a few risks. Number one, delay in the confirmation of the 9 WHSO orders. Number 2, they don't have first mover advantage with that product. And number 3, capital raises are always a possibility no matter what the leadership is saying. Okay, final take, just a couple things. Number 1, this is the type of company from my point of view that if you own, you need to pay very close attention to for breaking news, more so than other companies. And I also want to say that there's still time to get in this stock despite the recent run up from my point of view. However, it's going to be very volatile, so I wouldn't go in all at once. And lastly, I want to say I don't own shares of this company. I did a while back before the pandemic. I did some swing trading with AITX. Obviously, hindsight, I should have bought and held, but I didn't do the due diligence like I did for prepping for this video. And that does it for AITX. I hope you found it helpful. This channel is really growing and I couldn't have done it without your support. I really do appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I'll be talking to you soon. Take care.